Hello, just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. I've done a few videos, so I just thought I'd do another one today. And saying about the range and performance of my Model 3. It's a bit of an upbeat one actually, which is unusual for me, because yesterday I did a trip, just normal speeds, just going along with the traffic, and I averaged 5 miles per kilowatt hour, which is pretty impressive. One thing I found out, well, it's general knowledge, but if the temperature outside is say 10 degrees, if you have your heated seat on, it's pretty cozy, and you can actually turn off the heater. Turn off the heater really saves quite a lot of power. I know other people say that what about nights when you've got the wipers on, if it's raining and you've got the lights on? Well, actually the wipers and lights use nothing. Don't consider the lights as using any big deal. You've got a massive great battery underneath you and the lights use nothing at all. The only thing that uses power is propelling the car and the air conditioning and the heater. So if you can get away with, and it's not an arduous thing, it's not sitting here freezing, if you can get away with just having the heated seat on, all is well. Bit of a shame he hasn't got a heated steering wheel as well, because that'd be even better. Now if you go all the way down the crazy economic route, which I haven't got, but there's a electrical company which supplies power, Octopus there, and they supply power off peak at 5p per kilowatt. So going to the full extreme, you could drive this car normally for 1p per mile. Now anyone out there with their car can get their calculator out and think how much it costs to use their car. 1p per mile is extraordinary. These fossil cars that cost what, 15p a mile easily. 1p per mile, which is like driving for nothing really. So you can't argue with that. But there's just a lot of people saying one day they're going to put some charging on electricity and charging on this, charging on that. That is quite likely, but it's not there now, and it'd be hard to enforce because you charge at home. So if you charge at home, it's hard for them to put a vast amount of tax on all electricity. So the possibility is that it could go on for quite a long time with your bargain basement driving. And not only that, there's of course the servicing is virtually nothing. In the Tesla, they recommend virtually no servicing at all. They just give a hint that you might have it checked over every couple of years, but nothing, no particular servicing, because there's no oil or anything like that, no messy stuff. So there you are, 1p per mile. That is really nice, and quite a nice drive as well. Today it's quite nice and sunny, and it's 11 degrees. As I say, it's toasty warm. Even I'm parked with the seat on because there's no engine to run to keep the 12-hour battery going. I could sit here nice and toasty with a heated seat on for weeks without the battery running down, because the amount the seat uses is microscopic compared with the size of the battery. You can relate the size of the battery, like this battery in this car being fully charged could run your house for a few days. That's the amount of power it's got. There's a lot of anti-electric cars. As I say, they talk about turn the lights on. Oh my God, how do you go? What about at night when you turn the lights? Well, lights, believe you and me, the lights use absolutely nothing at all. So if you want something economical, I know they're dear to buy, and one day they'll come down a bit. But I would recommend leasing an electric car, because they may improve over a while. I'd love to see electric car with more and more range. The range is everything. People that say range isn't important, they're talking, they're talking a 2-car family, which I don't agree with. The the car, you want a car that does everything you want. And if you want it for just one day a year to go on holiday and it won't do the range you want, then that car's no good to you. So range is absolutely everything, because the infrastructure for charging on the road, I mean, Tesla is obviously better than most because they've got their superchargers. But infrastructure is not so good. And I don't think it ever will be that good in the UK. Even though we're a small country, which should be ideal. We should be great for infrastructure for charging cars on the road, because the roads, well, this is a small country. But it won't happen. So all in all, I dream of a car with, say, 500-mile range, and then that'd be all sorted. Everything would be great. There'd be no worries about hunting down the charger. And I know there's a couple of thousand, I think, chargers in the UK, public chargers. But you don't want a 3 kilowatt charger. That's a dead cert. And you don't particularly want a 7 kilowatt charger. I mean, it's fine for at home because you plug it in and go to bed. But you don't want it on a trip. You want 50 kilowatt minimum, and there's not a huge amount of those about, and they don't all work. So you want really long range, or a Tesla, really. And I know they're all dear. All electric cars are relatively dear. Not quite sure why they're so dear, because I know the battery's dear. Seems lots of dears there. But you get surely we don't need exhaust pipes and petrol engine and clutches and gearboxes. I'm not so sure they should be expensive as they are. I think they're a bit bumped up for some reason. Maybe I'm a bit suspicious. But if you lease one and you do quite a lot of mileage, daily mileage, I mean, if you do 100 miles a day, no problem in an electric car nowadays. Go home, plug it in, cheap electricity. I mean, if you did 100 miles a day, which is well above the average, and plug it in overnight on Octopus, well, you're absolutely pulling that money back. I mean, if you're paying a couple of £100 a month lease, and you're used to leasing a petrol or diesel car, I say, well, I lease my petrol diesel car for, say, £150 a month. Well, gosh, you're absolutely well in pocket leasing you could lease a luxury electric car for the price and not be out of pocket, compared with leasing a Ford Fiesta. And you wouldn't be out of pocket at all, because you pull it all back on the cost of fuel, and especially going to London because there's no congestion charge. If you're doing 100 miles a day, working for a living, well, you really should be getting an electric car. And getting an electric car, leasing an electric car, you get your money back. And you can feel good, clean that environment, and you can feel self-righteous when you drive behind that transit van that's pouring out crap, and think to yourself, give yourself a feeling of superiority. Anyway, that's probably enough for today. I'll probably talk to you another one. There's people going around playing golf. Can't understand that myself, but there you go. And I'll talk to you later. See you soon. Bye-bye.